Fellow Toastmasters, guests, Barcelona is the #1 in Spain visited city, and is in the top 5 cities visited in Europe. One of the reasons why is Barcelona one of the most visited cities is because the architecture. And I'm going to talk today about an architect that is one of the most visited ones. You have to think that in Barcelona have 14,500,000 visitors, and he has this. This architect has in one of his buildings 14 million people visiting a year. So this is a big number. The architecture that he has is most of his buildings are UNESCO heritage sites, world sites. Do you know what is? I guess that you have heard about that. They are in the world catalog, in a certain way you can say. And I'm going to explain a little bit his life. He was born in 1852, and with a family of 5 members. He had 3 siblings. His mother died and everything, but this is not important. And he had a problem with that he was sick when he was young, so he usually was in the countryside because he have an asthmatic problem, so he had to have a good environment. He went to a religious school, so he couldn't play with the students, so he had to also to be apart, and observation was fostered because that situation, so he was looking always to the nature and contemplating the nature. He moved to Barcelona with his family, and he went to the architecture school in La Llotja, and he was not a fantastic student in the way that the teachers thought that he was crazy, thought that he was absolutely overwhelming. He was overwhelming to the teachers and everything. So at the end, when they give it to him the title, the diploma, they say to themselves that they were giving to the diploma to a crazy or a genius student. So I would like now that you value, and maybe you can say if he really was a genius or crazy. We're going to see some of his most important buildings, okay? And we're going to talk about some of the characteristics of these buildings. Tony Gaudí, 52 to 26. A day like today, he was fatally murdered. He was fatally 3 days after he will die, but he was a day like today, 188 years ago. 188 years ago. So this is the first building. When he finished studying, this is one of the first buildings he had to do. And as you can see, it's called. We are talking about this way of design is modernist. It's like Art Nouveau, okay, or Art Deco. In Europe was this currents, this kind of art. So it's a mixture between Oriental, between Spanish, and he used, as you can see, he used a lot of tiles and different colors. And one of the reasons that he used this kind of flowers is because when he went to the area, to the land, he saw flowers there, so he copied these flowers for the tiles, for the ceramic. Also, he, as I said, he also looks to the nature, so what's very important for him, the nature, and if you see the fence, the drawing that is there is like a, well, it's a plant, okay, it's a plant. This was the first one, so it was very advanced at this time. This will be the second one. As you can see, this was a rich person, a noble person in Barcelona, and he ordered him to do this work. This is not a house; it's just for the horses. So you can imagine the kind of person that owned that. And you can see here, this is a mythological dragon, okay? And well, was totally advanced in his time. All this kind of design. This one is the Palacio Güell. It's also an UNESCO World Heritage Site, and we are talking about 180 years ago. So looks like at this time, but this is really old. So this is also the same owner that the one before, that you saw the one before, and you can see that this looks like a simple lines and everything, but if you see inside, you can see that there is a lot of design, and there is a lot of was for a noble owner, novelty. This is the Greek Catalonian well. Also, you can see the shapes, all the nature again, how the curves and everything is in the architecture. Okay, we have to think that the family of him was also related to nature and all of that. Casa Batlló. This is, you can see also the architecture, the face, okay, how the flowers and the shapes, the curves and everything. These even are the legs of elephants, okay. So this is a wonderful building. This on the top is a dragon. You can see inside the shape. Is one of the most visited buildings in Barcelona. You can see the shape, everything. And this is a school. This is the Pedrera, one of also the curves and everything. And we go to the Sacred Family. Sacred Family, you can see this is not finished. It's not finished. It's going to finish in 2026. This is going to be how it looks like. And this is right now how it looks. And it's just they can just keep building by donations. They don't accept any kind of from the government or anything, nothing from anybody. They don't want to do advertisement. This is how it's going to look in the middle, and this is all the. This is basic in the Baroque. Okay, this is all the figures, and it says all the Old Testament and New Testament is represented in the walls. Inside, you can see the columns like trees. It's all based on nature. You can see the top. And finally, the Pope went to, 5 years ago, went to the Pope to make it safe. So you can say it was a genius or was a crazy architect.